Let's get nuts indeed. Did something happen today? I can't remember. What's happening, guys? Welcome to Film Junkee live on your hump day, Wednesday, September 3rd. What is going on, guys? Good to see you. Hit that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Tighten this thing up. What the hell's going on with this? Microphone. Good to see you guys. We got plenty to talk about, of course. At least when it comes to DCU news. Jeez. Who saw that coming today? But hey, you know, seems like they got things planned out over there at DC Studios. So we got, of course, talking about that, Man of Tomorrow. And as well as Clayface. We got Clayface. Can't forget about Clayface. We got some more Clayface things that are happening on set, too, that we're going to be talking about as well. And then I got some trailer reactions I'm going to be doing. There's some trailers coming out. We got the Conjuring Last Rites coming out this week, which I'm going to see tomorrow. And football starting tomorrow. Wow, what a week we have going on. So good to see you guys. Who's out there? Talk to me. Here we go. We got Cloned Avenger right here. Superman and Lex teaming up to fight Brainiac is such a fun idea. They're saying Lobo, Green Lantern, Supergirl, Peacemaker are rumored to be in it as well. As a lifelong DC fan, I'm hyped. Yeah, I think DC fans, I tell you what, we're eating. We're feasting. We got Lena the Goddess right here. Hi. Hey, Lane, what's going on? Welcome, basic member, Lane. Of course, Lane, right here, he wrote that little song right there for me, so always appreciative of that. Talented musician. Look him up. Look up his stuff on the Twitters and all the social medias. What's going on, Mr. Arkham Knight? Good to see you, bud. Ryan, I'm on my way. iPad, the main computer's having issues. Yeah, I know what that's like, right, guys? Jesus. I know. Every time I have computer issues, I'm going, yep, it's just inching closer to get a new one. And I've been looking. I've been shopping a little bit. And I have a feeling by next year I'll be pulling that trigger. What's going on, Taladia Plays? Always good to see you, buddy. All right. Who else we got? We got Dell. We got Dell in the city. What's happening, brother? Good to see ya. Versus Seed, the House of L taking over 3 years back. Also, my adventures with Superman Season 3. I know, right? Superman's getting a lot of love because, let's face it, Superman wasn't getting a lot of love. I mean, Superman was getting love on CW, but getting, like, zero love when it came to cinematic, when it came to the movies. So, nice to see that that's actually happening now. Hey, Miss Stephanie T, good to see ya. Howdy. We got Lizard right here. That profile picture. Good times. Yeah, I hope you're doing great too there, Lane. Who else we got? We got Fear Jason right here as well. We got Hard Boiled. So Superman, then Man of Tomorrow. What old Jimmy Gunn's called the third one? That is interesting. I got some theories. About that. What's going on, Brendan? Let's get nuts. Okay. And we got Pedro Polito saying restored Snyderverse, of course. Oh, hello there, Mr. Phil. Good to see you, bud. What is happening? Hyped for The Conjuring. So am I, because I enjoy the movies. Pretty much all the movies have been enjoyable. I mean, some have been better than others. So I'm seeing an early screening tomorrow. I'm seeing like a 3 o'clock screening tomorrow. I'm going to wake up even earlier to get done with work so I can go see that, and then I can watch the first football game of the new season. So, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. I know I already got my fantasy football picks and everything. What's going on, JD McRae? Excited. There's a lot of excitement going on out there. I'm not going to lie. It just seems like after today, I don't know, the hype train keeps on going, which is great. Being a DC fan and everything, it's just been great. Mr. Laugh Now, Cry Later, Darren, what's happening, sir? We got Rhea right here, the Glimmercast. Do what she says. That's what she says. And do what she says. Smash that like, thumbs up. Good to see you, Rhea. Always great to see you out there. But yeah, so I'm going to see an early screening of The Conjuring Last Rites tomorrow. I'm like, all right, I got a 3 o'clock, and I'll get back probably about 5:30 or something like that. Football game starts at 5, so I'll miss a little bit of it, but whatever. You know, because I'm excited for the new football season, naturally, you know, football. It's funny, too, because I was giving up on my Giants when it comes to the baseball season, but they've been playing really good lately, and I'm going, okay, they might have a chance. I don't have the game on right now. The game is playing right now, but I thought, nah, better not have it on. I don't want to be too distracted. But anyways, guys, again, hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Of course, we'll be doing a members-only stream after this, so members, so, you know, you can pick my brain a little bit if you want to become a member and support the channel even more. Much appreciated if you do that. And then naturally, of course, I got the Patreon, which all the videos and clips go on there ad-free, and trying to figure out more things to do on there. But thank you to people who are supporting the Patreon. And it is Wednesday, guys, so I got my wine. Got my wine. So cheers. Got my red wine. Red wine during summer? Well, I actually chill it. I actually like chilled red wine. I'm a weirdo like that, so. But yeah, we got plenty to talk about and everything. So let's just get right into it. And we're going to start off with something. So on Monday's show, there was somebody that actually showed a designed black and silver David Corenswet Superman suit. That looked pretty cool, but it was full on just the David Corenswet suit, just in black and silver and everything. But somebody took it upon themselves. Bobo Runo decided to take upon himself to be like, well, yeah, we could do the black and silver suit, which which looked pretty decent. And I'm a sucker for the black and silver suit. I think my favorite Cavill Superman suit is the black and silver suit from Zack Snyder's Justice League, because that thing is just pops. But he took it upon himself to actually make the capeless solar suit for David Corenswet, and it's interesting. There you go. You got the gauntlets and everything, and look at the waist. And you got the second emblem right there and everything. So I'm like, what's going on there? I mean, I'm like looking at this, and they even made the hair longer, and I'm just kind of going, okay, you know, it's something. It does definitely look like the solar suit. It definitely looks like the solar suit. So that's just something I was like, okay, cool little edit, but. But honestly, if like you're gonna do the solar suit, you got to make that thing look way more alien-like, because the solar suit's supposed to be not designed on Earth. It needs to look a little bit more alien-like, but that's all. But I was like, all right, cool. I was like, all right, that's something. It was definitely something. Definitely something. And thank you, Lizard, that was out there, was most likely my little trolling stalker guy. So. I don't know if that's that same guy that we been talking about for the past couple of weeks, who's always like changing his name and getting in the chat. So thank you, Eric, for getting rid of him. Appreciate it. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those interesting edits. Disney. Oh, Disney is gonna have to pay $10 million. That's right, $10 million, which is just. It's just change that they could just reach into their pocket and just, reach into the couch cushions. $10 million is nothing to Disney, but they are paying $10 million apparently because they've been doing some naughty shit, and I'm sure all studios have been doing something like this, but look at this. Disney will pay $10 million penalty for allowing children's data to be collected from YouTube videos. What? What is Disney, the government now? Am I right? Jesus. I mean, that's nothing, but I mean, at the same time, everybody's data is being collected no matter what. Everything you go to, everything that's on there. There's probably somebody from Disney watching me right now going, he better not say anything bad, or, I've said plenty of bad things about Disney. But anyways, yeah, I'm like, okay, $10 million, that's not going to really affect them too much. Most likely, but yeah, apparently they have to do that. Collecting children's data, though. Children's data. Yikes. All right, what else we got? Keep going. Yeah. Oh, we got this right here. I said, there's not going to be many tweets today because, I didn't tweet all that much. Tomb Raider, the series that's going to be on Amazon Prime, that's going to be starring, of course, Sophie Turner, which a lot of people, it was reported that it was actually dead in the water a little bit ago. But then all of a sudden we saw Sophie Turner, and she was she posted on social media, she got in really good shape where she had a fucking 8-pack and muscles and everything. And apparently, yes, it's still happening because, I don't know, it's just been up and down, whatever, but it's going to start filming in January. It starts beginning filming in January. January 19th, it's been confirmed that the Prime Video's Tomb Raider series will begin production. Going to be interesting because I don't see Sophie Turner as Lara Croft. Lara Croft. You always got to say Lara, not Laura. Lara Croft. I don't see it. I still don't see it. But she did get in crazy shape, and I'm going, all right, I'll give it a chance. I'm still riding the whole Alicia Vikander Lara Croft. I thought she was excellent. I thought the movie was pretty good too, but it just didn't catch an audience for some reason. I don't know why. I thought it was actually a pretty decent movie, and I thought she was a badass. But now we're gonna get the series, and now we got Sophie Turner, who's gonna be Lara Croft. That's the third live-action Lara Croft. Angelina Jolie, she was the first, of course. So check this out, guys. Obviously, as we move along in this timeline that we are, and technology increases, and, let's face it, no matter what, as much as we want to just be everybody just be nice, and everybody just be good, and, everything just will be okay, and, there'll be law enforcement, but it won't be that bad. Now, law enforcement is now reaching into the bag and reaching into the technology bag, and they are literally now, law enforcement is using Batman toys. Batman toys. This is a video from Vegas. And apparently it's not the first time this has been used. There's been other videos out there, but check this out. Oh. So we got this right here. There's a law enforcement vehicle and then a grappling hook. What? The freaking vehicle has a grappling hook that shoots out of it, and it totally stopped this guy. Stopped him in his tracks. Look at that. Amazing. That is crazy. Perfectly executed right there. Do you see that shit? My God. That's cool. I'm yeah. Anything that Batman has, they should be trying to create that. Somebody out there should be trying to create that. Or James Bond. Create those gadgets. Create those gadgets because they work, apparently. That's really cool. Can I get one of those in my car? No, I don't need that. I need something to get people out of my way. Ooh, yeah. Can you imagine if you had that? What's happening, Monique? Happy Wednesday. Oh, she didn't reveal what she was making tonight for dinner. She didn't want to make me hungry today. But good to see you, Monique. Sometimes somebody on social media, because obviously, there's a lot of fan casts that happen out there, and some of them can be bad, some of them can be good, but most of them are bad. I've seen some bad ones. There's some dedicated Twitter handles that just fan cast, and some of them are, most of them are pretty terrible. But I appreciate the enthusiasm and whatever. And when it comes to these movies, especially when it comes to DC and Marvel, especially DC now that we have this new universe, sometimes you see one and it kind of just stops you in your tracks. You go, oh shit, that might be a little perfect. And this one right here from Axel Talks Film kind of he came up with one that I went, oh my God, Jimmy Guns, are you listening? Because I kind of want this. Imagine Ethan Hawke and his daughter, Maya, as Barbara and Commissioner Gordon. Imagine these two as these two. That kind of seems a little too perfect. Am I wrong? Because I've even thought that Ethan Hawke would be a pretty damn good Commissioner Gordon. And then a lot of people have been fan casting her as Babs. So why the F not? Woo-wee. Come on. When I saw that, I mean, I was like, ooh. That's pretty damn awesome right there. I'm just saying. Just saying. Sometimes somebody comes up with a gem, and that's a double. That is a twofer right there. And they are actually father and daughter. So it makes it even better. That's the thing. It makes it even better. Probably not going to happen, but I'm just saying that is a pretty good fan cast. Especially when you have a twofer. Twofer. Oof. Twofer. God damn. Jimmy Gunn's. Just saying, you have an opportunity here. But who knows? I mean, Jimmy Gunn's, he has responded to somebody on Threads or whatever, because somebody was asking, like, okay, so is Babs going to be Oracle Babs, or is she going to be regular Babs? And he didn't quite, say which Babs is going to be. I think it's going to be Oracle, to be honest, because if we're going to get a later Batman, it seems like Oracle is probably going to be the way he goes with that, but who knows? But he did specify. I mean, I think Jimmy Gunn's is listening to everybody going, "Hey, can we make sure that the gingers stay ginger?" I mean, he has expressed that, and he said that, "Oh yeah, there is plans. I mean, there's going to be a Babs, I believe, in the DCU, and she's going to be a ginger." Like, he even said, "Oh, she'll be a ginger cool because of economists in Peacemaker being called Ginger Cool." So definitely going to be a ginger. But yeah, I saw that fan cast, and it was funny because I just came across it and I went, what the F? What the F? I'm like, wow. That's pretty cool. You know what else is cool too? Seeing Ralph Ineson as Galactus in the full costume, because we have to remind ourselves, guys, that wasn't all VFX. That wasn't all just like CGI. I mean, yeah, there was CGI to make him look, as big as Galactus, but the costume and everything and the makeup and everything, that was all real. Not the lit up eyes, of course, but so we have a new shot of him. I mean, it's pretty freaking cool. I mean, they did a good job with that costume design. Let's face it. I mean, Galactus was done pretty damn well. Pretty damn well. When you first see Galactus, when they go to visit Galactus in Fantastic Four, that is some good goddamn cinema right there. So, there we go. There we go. Is Lizard back? What's going on? Yeah, he already came back, huh? But yeah, look at that. Look at that. So there you go, guys. That is all of the tweets right there. That is all of the tweets. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the craziness. All right. Let's get into the craziness now. The lizard is gone once again. I know, right? I don't know. I think it might be that same guy. I think it might be that same guy. All right. Well, before we start diving into the regular stuff, we'll dive into some Clayface first. This Clayface, of course, is still filming right here. Clayface is still filming, so let's dive into some Clayface. Because even, there's some more Clayface. I mean, I tell you what, Clayface is going to be something special. It's going to be definitely something special. Mike Flanagan, it's going to be a horror movie. It's based off of Feet of Clay, which is one of the best episodes of Batman the Animated Series. Two-parter. Do yourself a favor. Watch that episode. Obviously, they changed the game. I mean, Clayface needed an overhaul, and he got it in the comic books, and then Batman the Animated Series turned him into a whole different character, where now it's like, okay, he's going to be this character now. And again, what I keep expressing is 2026 DCU is going to be interesting to see, because it isn't James Gunn written and directed by, and I know there's a lot of people that are like, they don't want that. They want something different. So yeah, you're going to get a series and 2 movies that are not written and directed by James Gunn, just produced by. So it's going to be interesting to see people's reactions to all that. But we got some more set stuff right here, and it seems like what's happening when it comes to Clayface, something's going to be happening with Mr. Matt Hagen right here. I think they're going to try to. I mean, let's face it. when you have a movie like the Joker movie, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, the Todd Phillips Joker, there's going to be some copy. They're going to copy a little bit, and I could see like they're probably were like, well, we should have something maybe, where he's dancing on steps, because that's what we have right here. We have Mr. Reese Harris. He's on the steps of the little courthouse thing right here. I don't know if they're trying to do something when it comes to shadows. Who knows what's going on right here? But he is... They have even music playing. But he is dancing on the steps. I don't know if they're preparing a shot. I don't know what they're doing. But he is... And his face is not... Doesn't look like it's really effed up or whatever the hell. But he is... I don't think they're filming, but he's trying to, like, all right, do something. Maybe he's just dancing because he wants to dance. I don't know. But something very interesting going on. He's making shadow puppets, apparently. He's making a bat. Hello. But, I don't know. He's doing something interesting right there. He's he's having fun. That's for sure. So I'm not quite sure what is happening right here. I don't know if they're having some kind of... They wanted to have, like, some kind of almost Joker-esque... Hey, he's dancing, but it's at night, and there's going to be shadows because they really have a light that's showing that right there. I don't know. We're going to have a Clayface dance or something. Maybe there could be something where this could be post when he turns into Clayface. This could be when he already is Clayface, and maybe there's going to be some added things where it's like he's shape-shifting or something. That could be it too. That could be a cool little sequence. If he's like dancing on the steps and he's changing into different people or whatever, that could be very interesting. So, I don't know. We're seeing those videos, and it was like, what? Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. And yeah, man, we got some more. So there's a lot of the dancing stuff for sure, but let's see. I mean, we got some more close-ups too. We got some more shots. Let me see. Oh yeah, right here. All right, so, I mean, Matt Hagen, he's seen some better days. We already saw him kind of effed up, and now we see him effed up, and it almost seems like he's more effed up right here. So there he is right there, just standing full, this is from Just Jared right here. So we got him full on, in a, like, hoodie little trench coat kind of thing, and then you get close up. Look at that, dude. Good Lord. Dude's pretty face is effed up. I wonder how long it took to apply those prosthetics, that makeup. But this is what I'm talking about. This movie is just going to be something very interesting. Look at that. Look at the makeup and the bandages. Turning that pretty face into just like, man, what happened to him? And I'm kind of wondering, like, what happened to him? What kind of accident did he get into? And so that was like a close-up shot. And then there was even like a shot of him, if I could find it right here. I'm looking through the whole thread. Man, I don't think there... let's see. Oh, yeah. See, there was like... There's also a shot of him where he's wearing... I think I already showed this. On Monday's show. But he's wearing like some kind of mask, too. Pretty sure I showed that on Monday's show. So, I don't know. Clayface is just going to be something pretty special, I think. I mean, there are people that just... I know there's always the people that are going to be like, who asked for this? Who asked for this? Well, I fucking did. I wanted to see something like this. Anytime, like I said, when it comes to Batman the Animated Series, Feet of Clay is top 5? Top 5? That episode, both parts together, top 5? That's got to be in my top 5 for sure. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out. And then it's going to be interesting, what's it going to be rated? That's my question. Is it going to be rated R? I think James Gunn kind of talked about like it possibly will be, but you never know. I mean, you could still do a pretty good horror movie at a PG-13 and really push it like a hard PG-13. So I'm kind of wondering, does it go R? I think it should, if they really wanted to like push the boundaries. And horror is just kicking ass right now. So even R-rated horror movies are kicking ass. So I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, we got Trump. We got Trump now. Lizard turned into Trump, or Trump was a lizard. Get him out of there. There you go. Thank you, Del. I'm just wondering if that's the same guy. He's all, I'm going to be Trump now. So what are gonna do it? I'm the president. Come on, film Junkee. Let's do this. Gotta love it. All right, and then before we again talked about the real news, we got some lanterns. We got an update on lanterns, which is very interesting. It's not like too much. It's already kind of something that we already already suspected when it came to this. But Garrett Dillahunt, who is in the Lantern series, we didn't know who he's playing, but we assumed that he was playing the Black Hand. And he was like the only one that we were it was kind of a mystery, but we saw like a behind the scenes or something like that where he was getting like, he was getting a plaster thing done with his body to, get his costume done and whatever. And apparently, Mr. Garrett Dillahunt, he reposted on his Instagram stories, it looks like right here, or threads or whatever the hell. But he reposted something where people basically connected like the bad guys. We already know the other two bad guys, but we didn't know exactly him. So somebody posted the bad guys, the three bad guys, and who their characters are, and I guess we could kind of just confirm it right there. I mean, we can basically confirm it, huh? Because it's right there. I mean, there's, Black Hand. I think we can actually just put that to rest. He is going to be that character. So we have three bad guys. That's going to be interesting. I don't know, man. Cannot wait for Lanterns. Lanterns just going to be something pretty crazy, pretty special, I think. But it's also, that's what's so interesting. It's so funny because when it comes to Lanterns, when you hear like the director or the showrunner like talking about it, they keep on bringing up True Detective. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Because I think when they bring up the fact that it's True Detective, it's like True Detective, they really, that's their way selling it to the general audience. But then, of course, they go, yeah, it's like a True Detective, but people can fly. People have abilities and powers. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. But they are really, and that's why I'm dying to see that first trailer. I'm dying to see that first trailer because I'm willing to bet that first trailer of Lanterns is going to have a True Detective vibe. It's going to have a vibe that they're trying to sell this as this, and then there's going to all of a sudden, you're going to see towards the end of the trailer, you're going to see some Green Lantern magic, you're going to see some Green Lantern abilities, you're going to see some, you're going to see a ring pop out and light up and do some fucking shit and come up, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. But I just can't wait. That first trailer is going to be something pretty magical. Pretty magical. And let's see. That's pretty much it when it comes to other DCU news. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, we always got to bring up this, too, because, I don't know, I keep bringing these up because, again, James Gunn has actually poo-pooed this, and I'm kind of going like, what? I mean, I get it because Superman is the first, superhero. So, yeah, let's have him be the DC Studios opener, do the first appearance where he's ripping the chains. But I just like the fact that you have, whatever is playing, you just have that character, the first appearance of that character be the DC Studios opening. We've already seen, Peacemaker has one that Digimang made, and now they made a Wonder Woman one, and they're going to make one for every one of them, of course. And they made one for Wonder Woman. So, I mean, come on. It just seems like a thing that they should do, but James Gunn said, nope, it started with Superman, we're sticking with Superman. I don't know, maybe they'll change their minds, but it's just so funny. It's like, just pay these guys. Just pay Digimang. Just pay them. Just throw a little money over to them and be like, can we use that? And then, give them a little deal and just have that. I don't know. But yeah, there was a Wonder Woman one right there, so. Or you could just, upgrade it a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, all right, so. Where are we at here? Okay. We now know what the Superman sequel is going to be. That's right, guys. Everybody was kind of wondering, because we knew it was going to be something, but James Gunn kept on saying it's not technically Superman 2. So a lot of us had our gears going. Like, what is this going to be? Yes, it's a Superman sequel. Yes, it's part of the Superman saga. But what exactly is it going to be? And everybody was going, is it going to be World's Finest? I was even going, maybe he'll just do Trinity. He'll do the Trinity or something like that. And then it started kind of going like, okay, maybe it's going to be like a Super Cousins kind of thing. It's just going to be Superman and Supergirl, Crypto. It's going to be something like that, where it's just going to be the family, and maybe there's going to be obviously some other characters that be added to it. But yeah, we finally have it, and we know what it is now. It is The Man of Tomorrow in theatres, July 9th, 2027. So they're keeping that July date. And definitely going to be, I guess, when it comes to Superman movies, I guess we can expect a Superman movie, a Superman type of movie. When it comes to July, the beginning of July, every 2 years maybe, I don't know, is it going to be every 2 years? Yeah, look at that. And I love the fact, this is what's great, and I love the fact that Jimmy Gunn's used something from Jimmy Lee, used his drawing, and as you can see right here, emphasizing a Superman and Lex Luthor team up with the exosuit. There you go. So, Man of Tomorrow, using that name. So naturally people are like referring to the story of Man of Tomorrow and they're like, who the hell shows up in that? It's going to be Brainiac. We're finally going to get a Brainiac, guys. Yes, Jimmy Gunn's didn't just like say Brainiac, but I think we can all expect that Brainiac is going to be the big threat. And this is the reason why Superman and Lex Luthor are going to team up, which is also pretty interesting too, because why not? If you're going to do another Superman movie and you're going to still incorporate Lex, why not have them team up this time? I don't know. I'm like going, okay, cool. You have Superman. You have this new Superman movie that exists. He's 3 years in. There's other heroes that exist in this DC universe, which is something new and different. And I was like, okay, now just have them team up. And of course, there's going to be other people involved too. Obviously, Supergirl is going to have a presence in here. And then obviously, I'm going to pull up this article from Nexus Point News right here. Exclusive, Man of Tomorrow eyeing to begin production next summer. So I think it's going to actually be sooner than that. I think it's going to be before summer, to be honest. I think it's going to already be well into production right here. As announced today, DC Studios, Man of Tomorrow. Sources tell Nexus Point News that production is aiming to begin in summer of 2026, especially in June. Gunn will write, direct, and produce the film. The DC Studios co-CEO Peter Safran will produce, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's returning. Naturally, they're all going to be returning. But it says, although unverified, sources also tell Nexus Point News that Supergirl, Lobo, and Peacemaker will have roles in the film as well. On Instagram, Isabel Merced hinted her return as Condra, said, see you soon. Kendra, I said Condra. Peacemaker, why does Peacemaker need to be in there unless it's a cameo? I don't think Peacemaker actually needs to be in this movie. I'm just kind of going, you have your own little section over here. Yeah, I don't think he needs to be in there. But again, who knows? It's fucking Jimmy Gunn's. But no, I'm excited. This is like finally we have our answer of like what the hell the next thing's gonna be, exactly what it is, and having a Lex Luthor and Superman team up, I think that's gonna be interesting, and we're gonna actually see that suit finally because everybody's been wanting that, seeing that. I mean, we've seen versions of that, obviously on I think the CW had a version of that, but we haven't seen that on, in film. So that's what's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see that dynamic and how that all plays out and comes to be. Kind of interesting too, because, I don't think Jimmy Gunn's is trying to do so much to connect like Peacemaker and Superman or what's going to be in the future, but there is going to be some things that are going to be probably teased or talked about or whatever. So it is going to be interesting to see because, Jimmy Gunn's did talk about this right here, did mention something right here where he responded to somebody, said, hey, Mr. Gunn, what was your favorite moment have been so far in creating Peacemaker? There is a scene near the end of episode 8 this season that was my absolute favorite, most joyful day on set in my entire career. I feel happy just thinking about it, but I can't really share it with you until it comes out, naturally. So I thought that was kind of interesting too. I'm wondering what's going to happen. I mean, what is going to be teased? Obviously, there's not going to be hopefully too much because he doesn't want homework. He said he didn't want have people have homework you have to when it comes to the MCU and everything. So it is going to be very interesting. It is going to be interesting to see that. But man, I tell you what, it's just, what's the biggest thing? The biggest thing I will say, the biggest thing that's interesting in what, being a DC fan, this is just it's something. Here's what it is. It's being a DC fan and having, the DC movies not really having a clear vision or whatever, when it comes to whatever. Obviously what Snyder was doing, it seemed like there was actually going to be a vision or something. There was going to be a vision or whatever, but it obviously got fucked with because of how the reception when it came to the reception of Man of Steel, when it came to the reception of BVS especially. So then, of course, they tried to course correct. And, of course, I remember being hyped back then when they were talking about, I still remember that CW special that they had where that guy with the ball cap, Mr. Jeffrey Johns, and Kevin Smith were talking about what was going to be happening with the DCEU, and it all sounded great. It all sounded, fantastic. But of course, Jeff Johns wouldn't know how to run a goddamn cinematic universe to save his goddamn life because he just, he sucks at movie stuff. He sucks at live. Well, and people say Stargirl is actually pretty good, but whatever. But it's just there's just never been a clear, and then of course after Snyder left and everything, there's just never been a clear thing. But right now, it's just, regardless, I know there's people that are not about it, but I'm just saying, as a DC fan myself, where I don't think Jimmy Gunn's is terrible. I don't hate the man. Every time I see him or hear about him, I have to beat my sticky keyboard. I don't have to. My keyboard's not sticky. Their keyboard's sticky. That's what I was getting at. But I was just it's just cool that there actually is a clear vision of what's going on. And the thought, guys, in 2027, we're going to have a Superman movie and a Batman movie coming out in the same year. And the best part, they are not connected. They are in two different worlds. They are their own stories. Come on. That's just great. That's just great. We're going to get another Batman, which I'm great. That's going to be interacting with the DCU. But there's just something kind of nice being a DC fan, especially being a Batman and Superman fan, that we're going to have a movie in 2027 for both of them, and they're not going to be connected. They're going to be two different stories, And and it's so funny too because it's even verified by Deadline that this spring, the Batman Part 2 is going to start production as well, which people keep on still telling me that this movie's not going to happen. This movie's not going to happen, but apparently it's going to happen, and it's going to come out in 2027, October of 2027. After we get you're gonna go watch this new Superman movie, and you're going to see a trailer for a Batman movie. Come on. That's just good stuff. Oh, that's just good stuff. Oh man, I love it. I don't know who's the white Bowser. Yep, there we go. I'm telling you, I got a spammer stalker guy. I tell you, I don't know what it is. But everybody's excited for it. Aaron Pierre even chimed in about it. Skylar Gizondo posted about it. All good things. Everybody's just, like I said, there's a lot of hype out there. A lot of good shit. We even got, let's see. We've got some art from Spider Monkey already, which is pretty cool. Let me see if I could find it. Where is it at? Right here. Spider Monkey. He even made this right here, which I thought was pretty cool. Pretty quick. But it's just going to be so interesting to see these two having a team up, and you're going to have Lobo in it. And then you wonder who else is going to show up in this movie as well. I'm okay. I know some people are like, can you just make a standard Superman movie? I'm like, I don't know how many times, like over the years, when it came to Marvel Studios movies or DC movies, when I don't know how many times I saw people go like, okay, so while this story was happening, where were the other guys? You know, I saw that so many times. Where's Captain America? Where's Thor? You know, where's Batman? Where's Superman? Why are they not showing up when like this whole thing is happening? They should be showing up. People kept on asking those questions, and now we got Jimmy Gunn's going like, well, I'm not just making a Superman. I'm making a Superman movie, but I'm making Superman movies. But there's going to be other characters that just like show up. I mean, let's face it. I don't think he can make an actual standalone with just Superman, because he's too busy going like, oh, what if we have that character or that character? And I don't mind it, to be honest. I really don't mind it. So yeah, Man of Tomorrow, man. It's going to be great. So, you know, it's kind of funny, though. But I have to comment about this, of course. I have to comment about this. What? I heard that white... Wow. That's interesting. Arkham? Yeah, get that guy out of here. So I have to comment about this because naturally, that loud side of the Snyder fandom, with today's news, with all the hype, seeing all the hype, of course, I go over to my For You and I see these guys, and yeah, the algorithm does show me these guys because, anytime I see some of the tweets, I actually go, I like to look at the responses. I'll look at the profile sometimes when I see some of these tweets. So naturally, I do, scroll through that. And it was very interesting because there's three things. There's three things when it came to the response from that lovely side of the fandom. That was kind of interesting because I was like, okay. I was like, all right, really, guys? I mean, of course, naturally, there was going to be a response and everything. So the very first thing I saw was the DCU slate keeps changing. they keep changing stuff. They don't know what they're doing. He has no idea what they're doing, blah, 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 blah. Talking about the DC slate. You guys remember the DC slate? That's right. This DC slate right here. Remember this? In like 2022, I think it was, 2023, whatever it was, when we had this little slate, DCU Chapter 1, and it had all those? Yeah, that's what they're referring to right there. They make it seem like this was in Hall H during San Diego Comic-Con, and there's dates underneath it. This was a private press gathering, small, that they were going like, hey, so starting this thing, Chapter 1, we're thinking about these ideas. We want to have this. And it's kind of funny, too, because they say, like, keep changing. I'm like going, what's changing? The good thing is there was no dates set. See, that's what Marvel Studios keeps fucking up on. When they do their big Hall H's or the D23s, they show a slate, they put a date underneath, and they never meet that date. They always change that shit. Constantly. There's no dates underneath this. And when it comes to like all these right here, I would say the Authority, probably not going to happen. Who knows? Because Jimmy Gunn's did say like, yeah, probably not going to happen because you can't really kind of figure that out. Everything else looks like it's actually going to happen. Swamp Thing is still in development. We're still going to get Batman Brave and the Bold. Paradise Lost is going to be a thing. Booster Gold, Waller, Lanterns, Creature Commandos already came out. That was so funny about that. I'm like, you're really going to use that? You're going to use that to throw shade? Interesting. All right. I guess I can get with that. The next thing I saw when it came to that side of the fandom was, oh, they're panicking. They're announcing the sequel because of how bad Superman's doing at the box office. That's right, guys. The $600 million plus box office movie is a flop. Remind you, a $600 million plus movie is a flop at the box office. So it's so bad, they're panicking. So bad, they're panicking that that they have to announce a sequel so quickly while Superman is still in theaters. This is where I go, come on, guys. You have to be smarter. I'm not saying you have to like this, and I just get embarrassed because I'm part of the Snyder fandom. And it just sucks when you see this stuff being put out there, and then, of course, it goes like kind of viral, and it's just embarrassing because Do we not remember the time frame between Man of Steel being in theaters and when they announced Batman versus Superman? 30 days. 30 days. Essentially, it was 30 days. Or 36, I guess you can count that. But Man of Steel came out summer of 2013 in San Diego Comic-Con. What did they announce? Which was beautifully announced, Batman versus Superman, while it was still in theaters. It's like, come on, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Don't do that. Just don't do that. I'm like, oh man. God damn. It's like, again, just embarrassment. And then the last thing I saw from a certain YouTuber, I just happened to see his tweet. I won't say his name. We'll call him Aaron Wisher. Darren. I meant Darren Wisher. Oops. He tweeted out like, oh, the Batman Part 2 is going to kick Superman's ass in 2027. Now, you might be right that it will do better than Superman, but it's still the same studio. It's still DC Studios. It's still Warner Brothers. You know, the studios that you hate, and Jimmy Gunn still benefits from it. I'm just saying. Yeah, it might do better. I don't think it's going to kick its ass. But it's still the same studio. Like DC Studios, Warner Brothers, and James Gunn benefit from the Batman Part 2 doing well at the box office. Anyways, oof. I'm just like going, you could throw shade at this, you could critique this. I just ask, be smart about it. But the thing is, every day these guys have to pound their keyboards every day, because that's just where we are. You have to do things every day, and they're just running out of ideas now. They're just running out of ideas. That's it. They're just running out of things to complain about, so they just have to let's just say that. And now it's just backfiring, because it's just, now you're just sounding really fucking stupid. You're just sounding really stupid. And I'm like, oh man. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. It's just like, I just saw, that was the three things that I saw, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. It's amazing. But I don't know. I'm mainly seeing the hype. The hype is out there, and being a DC fan, I'm just excited. I'm excited for, again, like I said, 2026 is going to be a non-Jimmy Gunn's written and directed by content of the DCU, which is going to be very interesting. We have Lantern, Supergirl, and Clayface, which are not written by James Gunn, written or directed. He's just producing. It's going to be interesting to see the response to those. And then, of course, when we get to 2027, we're going to get the Superman film. We're going to get the Batman Part 2, which is not even connected. And then I'm sure there's going to be some other stuff. 2027 is going to be pretty stacked. We're going to get Secret Wars. We got Beyond the Spider-Verse. There's going to be some, it's pretty stacked. 2027 is pretty stacked. And it just makes me excited. That's all. It just really just makes me excited. Just good stuff. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say about that. Just be smart about it. I just ask, just be smart about it. And these guys are they're getting stupider about this. They're getting stupider about this. And it just, I don't know. It's just kind of like, what are we thinking here? What are we doing? Come on, stop it. It's just bad now. But let's move over to the MCU now, because we have MCU, we have Marvel, I almost said MCU, Marvel Zombies, which is going to be streaming on Disney Plus on September 24th, and we got a trailer. And I have yet to watch the trailer. It showed up yesterday, and I haven't watched the trailer, but I saw people raving about it, so I'm going to do a little live reaction right here for the Marvel Zombies trailer. Here we go. Oops. Sorry. DVMA. Oh, yeah, there we go. We got some R-rated content right here. Are they marketing this to kids? Oh, there was Aquafina.
All the Avengers
was that, what's his name?
and they're coming for us.
Is Yolanda?
All right, we gotta
Yelena?
roll for safe.
Shang-Chi right there, right? Namor, huh? Zombie Namor. Whoa.
Shit.
Oh, man. Wait a minute. So, okay, hold on. What did I see right there? So, okay, yeah. Okay, so Doctor Strange is a floating head. Okay, I thought, I was like, did he have a body? Whoa, okay, see, that is, come on, that, dude, you got Spider-Man just fucking ripping heads off of zombies with his webs. Get the fuck out of here. That is so cool. Thor. I'm sure, yeah, he's gonna wipe out those guys. We got Blade. Oh, did Ant-Man just get sliced in half? Ooh. Okay, take that in, guys. That's the most Blade we're gonna fucking see from the MCU right here. Take it in. We're getting some Blade action in the MCU. Somewhat. This is badass. That's the most Blade action we've seen. Well, obviously Deadpool and Wolverine, but my God. Look at that. Woo! Oh my God.
Whoa. That's how you do that then.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So you see all the names right here? You see all the names of the people who portray the characters in real life. Who do you don't see? Tom fucking Holland, because Sony and that whole deal. He cannot voice himself in a cartoon. It's so stupid. What's so stupid about all this stuff? That's what was happening with What If. It's like, well, same thing. It was like, you know, I think Robert Downey Jr. also didn't freaking voice himself, but they actually got a good voice actor to do Robert Downey Jr., but pretty sure I spelled his name wrong. Oh, yeah. Whatever. It's fine. But that looks badass. All right? That looks pretty damn badass right there. I'm totally down for that. With the music and everything, that was just, whoa. I mean, I was seeing, like, people post GIFs and everything, so I already kind of saw it, but I didn't know it was, like, going to be that intense. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Definitely going to be checking that one out. Todd Williams is the voice of Blade. Yeah, not even Mahershala Ali is voicing Blade. And what's going on with that? Who knows? I don't know. But anyways, looks really good. All right, let's talk about this weekend at the box office. I mean, we got mainly, The Conjuring Last Rites. It's the last movie of The Conjuring for now. Who knows what's going to happen with it. But that's the movie I'm going to see tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to see it pretty early. There's a 3 o'clock showing at the theater that I go to when I go by myself. And looking forward to it because I like the Conjuring movies. So let's see where that is sitting right now. It's at a 61% on the Devil Fruit site. 54 reviews. So not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's go to Top Critics right here. So the Top Critics, man, we're starting off with some bad ones right here. Still more than its predecessors. The Conjuring Last Rites feels for much of its overlong running time like a syrup soap opera. Interesting. Wilson and Farmiga remain solidity. My brain can't process. Capable of enlivening even speculative spiritual dialogue, the filmmaking pulls no surprises out of the hat, and gives no indication that it would if it could. I know we need James Wan back, right? The Conjuring Last Rites feels crowded from the inside out. It's as if an earnest domestic drama and a horror flick were thrashing around, trying to occupy the same running time. Neither one is able to cast the other out. Interesting. Now we got some good reviews right here. Last Rites is suitably nightmarish where it counts, bringing memorable chills that linger and spilling more blood than usual in a Conjuring film, but it's more affecting for the way it wears its heart on its sleeves. As a scary movie, The Conjuring Last Rites is a generic film, neither good nor bad. It's practically begging audiences to judge it on a pass-fail basis. As a conclusion of the Conjuring series, it's a little more successful, but not much. The Conjuring series was once a trailblazer, elevating mainstream horror by turning simple scares into cinematic experiences. This Last Rites is competent, occasionally tense, and features strong performances, but it lacks the sting of the first one. Last Rites is decent enough final cinematic prayer for this franchise, combining the personal story of the Warrens and their daughter Judy with a new paranormal possession that's created a freak-out family. So, a little bit of a mixed bag, but it seems like it's mostly, because we got to remember, that's what I hate about Rotten Tomatoes, that the 60% makes it a fresh tomato, and that's like, well, that's more than half. I think it should be still 50 should be where it starts becoming a fresh tomato. Again, I don't really like the tomato meter all that much, but I like to actually read the little blurbs from the critics. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking good. It's looking like it's going to be pretty decent. Some people they released a poster that looked like the Exorcist poster, and some people did not like it. I saw people not liking that they released an homage to the Exorcist for the Conjuring Last Rites. It's pretty interesting. All right, let's talk about some other trailers, since there wasn't really anything else when it came to newsworthy stuff. Did you guys see it? You guys know I'm excited for it. 28 years later, I should say. The Bone Temple. So hopefully you guys watched 28 years later. Please watch 28 years later. It's pretty excellent. Yeah, it's a little bit of a slow burn. When it comes to the Bone Temple, which you're going to have to watch, obviously, you're going to have to watch. And this one's not Danny Boyle. This is Nia DaCosta, who did The Marvels and did, what's the other one? The Candyman revival kind of thing. She did that, which I hadn't seen yet. But have you guys seen the Bone Temple one? I mean, it looks pretty damn good. Obviously, they always do that little blip. But this looks like it's shot very well.
Predict the future.
And this one looks like it's going to be a little bit more intense and a little bit more in your face.
In fact, it may not even exist at all.
So it's going to be mainly following what's-his-name's character, the little doctor right here.
Many of the things we take for granted will one day pass away completely.
Yeah, there's the alpha zombie
When that
guy
time comes, men will no
that we
longer
saw in 28 years later. It's going to be interesting to see how that all works out.
We may have diseases and barbarism.
Of course, we saw that little group at the end with Mr. O'Connell.
The whole world will cease to make any sense. Look at the incredible changes we've experienced and survived. And yet even greater changes are still to come.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? The Bone Temple. It's a good title. But again, it's still produced by Danny Boyle, but it's still written by Alex Garland. But yeah, Nia DaCosta is directing this one. And that looks good. That looks good. That looks really good. So another one I have not watched, but I'm kind of curious because it's Catherine Bigelow. And it stars Idris Elba and Rebecca Ferguson and Greta Lee. And apparently this got shown at Venice. And, you know, anything with Idris Elba, you know, I'm down. Anything with Rebecca Ferguson? Yeah. Yeah. 100% down. So I haven't seen this one yet, but it's called House of Dynamite. And this is about like...
everyone you love, everyone you know.
It's going to be on Netflix. So it's not going to get a theatrical.
Everyone you ever heard of lived out their lives on a mote of dust, suspended in a sunbeam. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors, so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. In our obscurity, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. The earth is where we make our stand. It underscores our responsibility to preserve and cherish the only home we've ever known.
Oof. Anybody else buttholes fucking puckered right? Jesus Christ, tightened? Yeah. Especially when you're like, yeah, that's gonna happen, right? I mean, Jesus Christ, how many times has it probably happened? But that's just a little freaky. That's a little freaky. Ooh. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And then there's one more trailer that came out, if I could freaking find it, that I was curious about. Oh yeah, there's a new James Bond game that they released today too. All right, so then we got the first trailer for Wuthering Heights, and this stars Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. And I haven't checked this one out yet too, but people were raving about that on my timeline. Yeah, that artist. So there you go. Come Undone. Come Undone. Yeah. They're trying to lure people out there for that spicy little Valentine's Day for 2026. Ooh, okay. Well, there you go. Who's going to be seeing that, huh? Anyone? All three of those. I mean, again, I'm there for 28 Days Later, the Bone Temple, and then, of course, when it comes to what's it called? Something Dynamite. Totally forgot. Day of Dynamite. Something Dynamite. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to all three of those. So those are just like some of the trailers that just came out recently that everybody was like talking about, and yeah, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I'll probably check it out. Why not? Yeah, that's all the topics right now. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's go to some questions. 28 years later, Bone Temple needs to be in IMAX. Hell yeah, I think it's gonna. I wasn't 28 years later in IMAX. I think maybe I don't know. Possibly. Oh, that's creepy. Interesting. Okay, just looking at my looking at the questions. Not too many questions right here when it comes to that. Clearly appealing to the 50 Shades crowd. Yeah. But hey, Margot Robbie, if she's naked in it, I'm there. All right then. Okay, let's go to the questions now. All right, start off right here, Mr. Eric. Let's see. So Dave, what I'm curious about with Superman Man of Tomorrow is what version of Brainiac will it be? If it's the Kryptonian AI version, that would be great. That would be a great expansion on the Superman Legacy. Big reveal. Was it true? And then seriously, Jimmy Gunn should have kept Legacy. Yeah. And then I kind of wonder if Man of Tomorrow is still going to be, the actual name for it too. Going to be interesting if that's actually going to happen. Darkness Under the Wind. Dave, do you think with what has already been revealed about Superman Man of Tomorrow that Brainiac will be the villain, and with Lex clearly going to be this too, he joins Superman to take him down, which makes himself look good, and afterwards yeah, I'll get it in a little bit. Hold on, I'm almost done. Yeah, so let me read that again. Going to be in this too. He joins Superman to take him down, which makes himself look good, and afterwards uses that to get into politics. That's actually kind of interesting. That's an interesting little concept right there. Yeah, I don't know. Could be something like that. I mean, I don't know if Jimmy Guns is going to actually go for the whole thing when it comes to him trying to run for president. Wouldn't be surprised. Versus Seed, have you seen the fan cast of Nate Mann for DCU Batman? Not sure who this guy is. Nate Mann. Not sure who that guy is. But, yeah. I don't know. He looks like he could be a good Bruce Wayne. Looks the part. You know? I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Bruce Wayne? I mean, everybody's going for Sklenar, but hey. Might not happen. Devin Wooter, hey Dave, do you think Lex Luthor will betray Superman in Man of Steel because he wanted to trick the people for helping Superman? How crazy we're getting a Superman 2 in July of 2027, the Batman 2 October 1st. I know you're happy. Snyder fans are mad. Yeah, they're mad, but who made that gift? That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a similar question that Darkness had, was like, is he gonna? Yeah, of course he's gonna end up portraying Superman. He's gonna end up doing something. He's Lex Luthor, of course. And Joshua G, I don't know why Twitter always puts your response. Why it always puts your response in probable spam. I don't get that. Hey Dave, do you honestly think due to the hype of Superman this past summer and it being a huge success with audiences and critics, do you think Man of Tomorrow will maybe make $1 billion? Let me answer that after, I'm going to end the show with some thoughts when it comes to that. And then Shadow of Comics, do you think David Ayer, Suicide Squad, will be released in 2026? I don't think it will. What is this right here? That doesn't even look like Jared Leto's Joker. That doesn't look like Jared Leto's Joker right there, in my opinion. But I guess David Ayer put something in there. Maybe something will happen, because it will be the 10th anniversary, and that would be pretty crazy too. So, and then let's go Martinez X, whatever the hell. You have to be hyped for Superman Man of Tomorrow. Also, that Marvel Zombies trailer is wild. What's your take? Yeah, I thought it was pretty great. I thought it was actually pretty great too. So, I don't think it's going to make $1 billion. But my theory when it comes to Man of Tomorrow, I think it has a possibility. There's a possibility. Not a possibility. I think there's a good possibility that it's going to do better than Superman, this Superman. I have a feeling that it might do better. Honestly, I think it might do better. So that's that was like one of my things where I was thinking, like, I would not be surprised, because how many times have you seen, like, you know, when it comes to like the sequel doing better, and the sequel is going to be grander, it's going to have more of the super family, it's going to have, you know, depending on, of course, how Supergirl does, I think it has the potential to do better, like it could do $800 million. $1 billion, you know, it's never out of the question, of course. It could get to that point, who knows? Probably won't. I'm not going to bet on that. But I just have a feeling that the sequel could do better, and hopefully, like, Jimmy Guns takes in what maybe the things he might have gotten wrong, you know, the things that people were griping about, even like his fans were kind of griping about. You know, hopefully maybe the dialogue will get better. Hopefully there's like some things that will get better when it comes to that. But then I wondered too, it was like, and then I had a thought too when people were going, like, what's the third one going to be called? I kind of go, maybe he just doesn't want to do, he's never going to do just a solo Superman movie, which is totally fine with me. Because everybody was going, will it be World's Fine? I just wouldn't be surprised if the third one ends up being a Trinity movie. I just would not be surprised. Because I think by that time we're going to already have the DCU Batman, and we're going to have the DCU Wonder Woman. I just would not be surprised if eventually, like, maybe the third Superman saga is going to have Batman and Trinity and Wonder Woman be the next part of that. I don't know. That was just kind of like a thought that I had, that maybe the third movie will be a Trinity movie instead. Where it's like, because, I mean, let's face it, guys. Let's face it. I know when people go like, why can't you just make a standard Superman movie? But even that, Superman is just, even though it's like, people know Superman, it's a figure out there, it's an iconic figure, it still doesn't fully always pull in the box office. You know, I don't think you're ever going to see a Superman movie that's going to be $1 billion, regardless of what anybody says who's directing it. Obviously, if you do the inflation thing, obviously, when it comes to Superman 78, that would have been on $1.4-1.5 billion in today's money. But I just don't ever see like a standalone Superman movie being like a $1 billion draw or a huge draw. It is a huge draw, but I don't know. I just think that James Gunn is never gonna actually have. Let me just have a Superman movie where you have Superman, Clark, Lois, the Daily Planet, and his parents, and then Superman villains. I don't think we're going to get that. I think there's always going to be cross-pollination in this universe. So that's why I'm going, well, maybe we have this one that's going to be still Superman, but it's going to be a Lex Luthor team up. I wouldn't be surprised if the next one he ends up teaming up with Batman and Wonder Woman. Could be something like that. I don't know. As opposed to, and then of course the fourth one could just be that Justice League movie. I don't know. It just almost seems like that. You know, it's difficult. I mean, Man of Steel worked big time. But then the next movie ended up being, well, what's the next movie going to be? Yeah, they could have just went, oh, yeah, let's do another standalone Superman movie and have Brainiac and whatever. But then they're like, well, what about Batman? And then Wonder Woman. And then this and that. I don't think there's ever going to be like, oh, yeah, like the next one's just going to be, oh, yeah, let's do a smaller Superman movie. No. I have a feeling that maybe the next one is going to be that Trinity team up. I just have a feeling. That'll be the one that comes out in 2029 is going to be the Trinity, which I would not hate at all. I actually would love that, to be honest. But that's just me right there. Who knows? I don't know, guys, but that's it. That's it for today's show, guys. I appreciate it. I definitely would appreciate it. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to scrap the members only stream again. I'm sorry, because I have to prep the premiere for the DC Fanimated. I got dinner waiting for me, and there's people at my house right now. So, guys, I'm gonna have to. Sorry, I know I suck when it comes to the members only stream, and I was actually hoping this was gonna be less than an hour, but of course I talk too much. So I'm gonna have to not do the members only stream. I promise next week we'll do a members only stream. I thought I was going to be able to get this done, but there's too much things happening. Like I said, if you guys saw, my brother was like asking me about something. So yeah, sorry, Eric. I know you're saying see you in a bit. Yeah, it's not going to happen because I got to prep too many things right now. So I appreciate it, guys. And if you want to be part of the members only stream to support the channel, do so. Like I said, I'll get back into the swing of members only streams. Technology and other things have been too crazy, so I'm gonna cancel the members only stream right now, and I'll see you guys next week when it comes to that. You can pick my brain and all that stuff, but DC Fanimated is still happening. I'm gonna upload it and premiere it tonight, so if you guys want to watch that, I'll be in the chat if you want to interact and everything. All right, guys, love ya. Talk to you later.